President Obama is on his way home to Washington after one last day in Ethiopia. In an address to the African Union this morning, the president defended free speech and urged local leaders to stop cracking down on the media.
When journalists are put behind bars for doing their jobs, or activists are threatened as governments crack down on civil society, then you may have democracy in name but not in substance.
Major Garrett talked to 3 Ethiopian reporters who dared to criticize their government and went to prison for it. He is in Addis Ababa. Major, good morning.
Good morning. In that same speech, the president specified Ethiopia, regarded as one of the most censored countries on earth. He said this nation will never realize its full potential as long as it jails journalists. We met 3 victims of that repression and one who's willing to risk everything.
I was in prison for 4 years and 17 days.
For 1 year, 2 months and 14 days.
1 year, 2 months and 15 days.
Rayat Alemu, Zelalem Kibrit, and Edom Kasaye were released from prison 3 weeks ago. The 3 journalists criticized the government and were charged with terrorism. But the allegations were mysteriously dropped just before President Obama's visit. Kasaye and Kibrit are now afraid to return to journalism. Alemu is not.
There are only 2 choices. I must not to write about this government, or I must write in to be arrested or to be killed. I don't know. Even these interviews, I don't know what will they do about because of this interview.
Alemu was beaten in jail and feels guilty 4 fellow journalists remain behind bars.
What can I do? Just to be silent or to contribute something? And I choose to contribute something, and I'm willing to pay the price. This is my decision.
In their private meeting, President Obama told Ethiopian Prime Minister Desalegn Hailemariam jailing journalists not only violates human rights, it will discourage what Hailemariam wants most, foreign investment. For Alemu, the choice is simpler.
Ethiopia must be changed. I must do something.
All 3 journalists we spoke to said they were afraid their interviews might provoke the government here to put them back in jail, but they were prepared to take the risk. And they said they were grateful. President Obama gave voice to their struggle, not just for a free press here, but for human rights across all of Ethiopia.
Major Garrett in Ethiopia, it's interesting how the president is speaking to an African audience wherever he goes, in a whole range of issues having to do with women and gays and now press freedom.
He's being very vocal about a lot of things.